What's poppin'? I'm Peter, and I hope you're having a good day today, and if you're not, I hope it gets better. But anyway, today we have a LEGO Among Us Cafeteria MOC that I've made in collaboration with like 8 or 9 other people. I think there's 9 people total. They'll all be linked in the description. I can't fit enough of them in the iCards, so that's just gonna be how it is. But hopefully you didn't come here just to watch somebody else's video, so let's just get right into it. So I think this might be one of my shorter videos because there's not as much to talk about with this MOC. You can kind of just see how things are, and I'll talk about some of the details because there are some details that I would like to mention, but a lot of it you can just see. So let's start off by talking about the crewmates. Essentially, I was trying to keep these things minifigure scale without losing all of the detail, but unfortunately the smaller you shrink things, the less detailed they get, especially out of Lego bricks. So, I mean, this is not the best design I have ever seen for crewmates at this scale. For that, I would go check out BrickPix's video, but I actually had enough pieces to make these in multiple different colors. In fact, you might notice the design is not even consistent across the crewmates because the black one has a different design from the red one, which has a very different design from the orange one and the yellow one. All of these are pretty simple. If you guys want me to make a tutorial on these, I can, but I don't think I'll need to because you can kind of just see it's just some tubes and then some plates and then Erlings and then another plate or a dome or some sort of rounded piece on top. And of course, just like it always happens in this game, somebody died. In this case, that was Lime, and their blood is pooling all over the floor, which is a little bit morbid, but if you're playing Among Us, you're probably used to that. This dead body design is actually a little bit too complicated, honestly. It's a little more complicated than it needs to be, but it looks good and it works, and you only look at it from the front anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I forgot to get water, hold on. All right, I'm back, nice and refreshed. Let's get on with the video again. So with the way the game works, when somebody dies, everybody has to vote somebody off who they think it was that killed them. They've obviously voted off White here. I guess White was a little bit too sus for them. So White's just, you know, chilling out in space, suffocating now. I only made this because I had the extra corner of the MOC because the cafeteria is not like a perfect square. It's kind of on an angle. So that's what there's angled corners. And so I tried to recreate that and I left this corner in the back. And so I was just trying to fill it in, all right? Get off my case. Okay, I got a bit defensive there. Anyway, there are some tasks around the walls like the fix wiring, which you can see there's wiring being fixed, although nobody's standing there, which is a little bit sus. There's also the download data and the why am I blanking on this? Hold on. Empty garbage. That's it. Empty garbage. This lever actually kind of functions. Gray obviously just pulled it, and unfortunately I didn't make any garbage coming out the back. That would be kind of cool though. But yeah, the wall that this is all like attached to is pretty simple. The only complicated thing was trying to get the angle right and get all the studs to line up, even though it's on an angle, because 45-degree angles, I don't know if you've taken like trigonometry or anything, but root 2 and 1 are not the same number. Anyway, moving on to the other spicy parts of this MOC, you can see the floor is on a diagonal, just like a lot of this build is on a diagonal actually. And actually, to get this many tiles, I know this is not actually like the color of the floor in the game, but I did not have enough tiles, so the only way I could get this many is to rip up all of the sidewalks of my modular buildings, and now they're looking a little bit sad. I do plan on like putting my modular sidewalks back together afterward, even if I procrastinate it till the end of the universe, but that's not important. Shh. And the way I actually got these to go on a diagonal like this with the little grout lines in between is I just put them on studs and then arrange the studs in a certain orientation and in like a pattern so that they all fit. And I think we can all agree it looks a lot better than just straight tiles on a base plate. Speaking of base plates, I actually was going to use a base plate for this MOC, and then I realized it was way too big and that even if I ripped up all my modular sidewalks, I would not have enough tiles to do that. And so I had to shrink it down and make my own custom base, which actually looks probably better than a base plate would. To wrap this video up, I'd just like to remind you guys that this is in collaboration with like 8 other people or something like that. So they actually have a lot of videos that are really good, so you should go check them out right after you subscribe to me. Haha, see what I did there? Okay, but in all seriousness, I really would appreciate it if you subscribed, considering you made it this far into the video. And after you do that, really do go check out the other videos. They are pretty good, actually. I've seen most of them by now. And yeah, thanks for watching. See ya.